Good afternoon, Smithfield Raiders. These are today's announcements. Nothing like doing it all in one take, right?
No.
Mr. Ian, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. Got Mr. Ian here with me. He's a 7th grade student, and he has excelled this year, done a really good job of things that we've got going on here at Smithfield, and so I had to have him on the announcements. Did you have a good break?
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah? Well, that's our last one before the big push to the very end. It is the first day of the last 6 weeks of the school year. Did you know that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so it's the last 6 weeks of the school year. We need to make it a good one and do everything that we can do to do the best job that we can do and end this thing off strong. So we've got a STAR test coming up, right? You've got 2 of them, right? So those come up in the middle of May, so we're all gearing up for that. So anyway, here are today's announcements. Do you have any questions about high school?
No.
You shouldn't, because you're in 7th grade. You don't do that until next year. But 8th graders, or the parents of 8th graders, if you have any questions about high school, those can be answered for you if you didn't already know that. April the 25th at 6:30 here at Smithfield, they are going to have an informative night, and so they're going to have a panel of Birdville High School 9th grade students, their parents, who will be speaking on what to expect when they enter high school. Because there's a lot of differences between middle and high school, and so this is good and valuable information that every 8th grader this year needs to know about going into next year. So make sure you go to that. It's April the 25th at 6:30 here at Smithfield.
Student Standing Strong will meet tomorrow next morning at 7:45 in Mrs. Bailey's room. Invite a friend and come check it out.
That's right. It's always fun in Miss Bailey's room. Also,
It's Deaf Awareness Week. Did you know American Sign Language is the 3rd most widely used language in the U.S.? Happy Deaf Awareness Week.
speaking of Deaf Ed awareness, did you hear that our Deaf Ed program, we've got 5 students going to Washington, D.C. next week?
No, I didn't know that.
Yep. We've got 5 students leaving Saturday morning on a flight to Washington, D.C. to compete at the Battle of the Books over in Washington, D.C. It's going to be a big thing. It's already a big thing that our group has done this. They've competed for the last few years, and they've made it all the way to nationals this year, so it's a pretty big deal. So I want to say good luck to all you guys that are competing in that one. Also, join the Team Raider Nation at the Honor Connor 5K and Smile Mile on May the 20th. You can always see Mrs. Hurst for more details on how to join. Of course, Mr. Gage is someone else that you can talk to. We always have a lot of participants, students and teachers and parents from Smithfield that join and run in this. So you going to do it?
Probably.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So we need a lot of participants. We always win the group participation numbers. So I say that we need to beat the next nearest group by 10 times the amount. So if you haven't already joined, make sure that you do that on May the 20th. So like I said earlier, it is the first day of the 6 weeks, and it is the first day, but there's no time like getting into tutorials and getting yourself caught up. Because I know some teachers already have 3 or 4 grades in for the next 6 weeks. Does Miss Flores?
I don't have Miss
Or Miss Casey?
Miss Casey.
Yeah, Miss Casey. Yeah, so it's always good to get that taken care of. Big thing is you need to know where you stand right now at the end of the 5th 6 weeks, where you stand for the year. Because there are some students that have got some grades that are really teetering right at that 70 mark. Some a little higher, some a little lower. So you need to know what you need to make that last 6 weeks in order to pass. It's always a good idea, right? So anyway, you have anything else?
No, sir.
All right, you guys have a good week.